Welcome to the Mystery Revealed. Today, we will explore Shambhala, one of the world's most mystical and enduring legends, often referred to as the Kingdom of Enlightenment. This mythical realm, deeply rooted in Tibetan and broader Buddhist traditions, has captivated explorers, spiritual seekers, and conspiracy theorists for centuries. We'll journey through ancient texts, historical anecdotes, and modern interpretations of Shambhala's true nature. Is it a literal place tucked away in the remote Himalayan mountains, or is it purely a spiritual dimension accessible only to enlightened minds? We'll examine the prophecy of Shambhala, its possible connections to other mythical kingdoms, and the idea that it might be a blueprint for a future golden age of humanity. Just as we explored the mysterious underworld of Agartha in a previous video, we'll now turn our gaze toward an alleged paradise of wisdom, harmony, and universal compassion. Let's begin by delving into the historical and mythical origins of Shambhala. Historical and mythical origins. The concept of Shambhala appears in various texts and oral traditions, predominantly within Tibetan Buddhism. The term Shambhala itself is said to derive from Sanskrit roots, sometimes spelled Shambhala or Shambhala, translating loosely to place of peace or source of happiness. Early references hint at a kingdom hidden in inaccessible snow-capped mountains, said to be prosperous, free from strife, and guided by enlightened rulers. Tibetan traditions trace Shambhala's legend to the Kalachakra Tantra, one of the most esoteric teachings in Vajrayana Buddhism. Some texts even mention a lineage of kings who guarded extraordinary knowledge and spiritual power, believed to one day emerge to aid humanity during a time of great turmoil. Over the centuries, these accounts intertwined with local folklore, weaving a tapestry of mysticism, prophecy, and hope. However, Shambhala is not merely a single story told from one perspective. Some link it to older Indian myths of a hidden utopia, while others see parallels with Greek or Persian accounts of paradisiacal lands. The kingdom evolves depending on who narrates its tale, sometimes described as an advanced civilization with radiant temples and unblemished moral codes, sometimes depicted as a realm beyond ordinary perception. Let us next explore how Shambhala's symbolic significance shaped spiritual beliefs in Tibet and beyond. Symbolic significance and utopian qualities. Shambhala is often seen not just as a physical place, but as a symbol of ultimate harmony and enlightenment. In some teachings, it represents an ideal society where compassion and wisdom prevail, an archetype of a perfect kingdom unspoiled by greed, war, or ignorance. Many spiritual seekers interpret Shambhala as an inward journey, suggesting that the kingdom exists within our own consciousness. In this view, the path to Shambhala involves profound meditation and moral refinement. Rather than scouring remote valleys, pilgrims are urged to confront their own inner obstacles, believing that only a purified mind can perceive or enter such a realm. This symbolic dimension resonates with a universal longing for a golden age, an Edenic world. Parallels can be drawn with other utopian concepts: the lost city of Atlantis, the subterranean kingdom of Agartha, or even the Christian ideal of Eden. Each legend, in its own way, speaks to a desire for transcendence, a time or place where human potential and divine grace unite. Up next, we'll see how these ideas merged with Buddhist teachings and shaped an entire school of mystical practice. The Buddhist connection, Kalachakra, and sacred teachings. At the heart of Shambhala's lore lies the Kalachakra Tantra, a key text in Vajrayana Buddhism. The term Kalachakra can be translated as Wheel of Time, emphasizing a cosmic dimension where spiritual transformation is linked to cosmic cycles. According to these teachings, Shambhala is both a hidden land and a state of heightened spiritual realization. The Kalachakra system introduces the idea of Shambhala's rulers as custodians of profound knowledge, ranging from advanced healing methods to deep metaphysical insights about time, space, and the nature of reality. Devout practitioners may receive Kalachakra initiations, sometimes believed to bring them closer to the grace of Shambhala's energies. Additionally, some Tibetan lamas have taught that Shambhala's prophecy points toward a future epoch where a righteous king and his followers will emerge to guide humanity out of ignorance and conflict. Many Western adherents discovered these teachings in the 20th century through traveling monks and the diaspora of Tibetan Buddhism. This brought Shambhala squarely into the global spiritual conversation. Next, let's explore how Western explorers and adventurers further fueled the legend. Western explorers and Shangri-La influence. In the early 20th century, a wave of Western explorers, mystics, and writers became fascinated by Tibet's hidden corners. They encountered local legends of a secluded paradise known as Shangri-La or Shambhala. The author James Hilton popularized the idea in his novel Lost Horizon, depicting a blissful, immortal society tucked away in the Himalayas. Though Hilton's work was fictional, it helped shape popular imaginations about a real Shambhala. Figures like Nicholas Roerich, a Russian painter and mystic, traveled extensively through Central Asia in search of Shambhala, merging art, cultural research, and spiritual quest. Roerich's vibrant paintings often depicted soaring mountains and shining temples. Alongside these cultural ambassadors, rumors circulated of hidden valleys protected by secret guardians, or even advanced technology overshadowed by centuries of superstition. This Western discovery phase introduced Shambhala to a global audience, but also layered it with exotic romanticism. While some accounts were scholarly and respectful, others blurred fact and fantasy, fueling cryptic rumors. Let's now shift gears and examine the more esoteric aspects that keep modern spiritual seekers enthralled. Shambhala as a spiritual journey rather than a simple place on the map. The spiritual journey to Shambhala. Beyond the literal search, many teachers affirm that Shambhala represents an inner pilgrimage, a metaphysical realm accessible through rigorous meditation, ethical living, and deep compassion. Just as some interpret Agartha as a spiritual or astral domain, Shambhala can be viewed as a state of enlightenment that resonates with one's heightened consciousness. Monastic traditions sometimes emphasize this introspective approach. Traveling to Shambhala is not about physically hiking into hidden valleys, but about purifying your mind and developing boundless empathy. In these teachings, each step taken towards spiritual clarity mirrors the mythical path to Shambhala's gates. Interestingly, this parallels the idea in many faiths that the kingdom of heaven is within, a universal notion that true paradise might be more about inner transformation than external geography. Now let's move into a more tangible territory. The countless theories that propose Shambhala has a physical location somewhere in the Himalayas, or possibly beyond. Searching for Shambhala, proposed locations and theories. Over the centuries, countless expeditions have tried to pinpoint Shambhala on a map. Some claim it's hidden in the remote mountains of Tibet, particularly around the region of Mount Kailash, considered sacred in multiple religions. Others speculate on Mongolia, Bhutan, or even the Gobi Desert. Meanwhile, alternative theories suggest that Shambhala is located in Inner Asia, linking it to legends of Agartha or other subterranean realms. In these stories, massive cave systems lead to a hidden paradise. Yet mainstream historians find no conclusive evidence of such a physical kingdom, attributing these claims to misinterpretations of local myths or spiritual allegories. Still, the sense of wonder persists. Every so often, a traveler returns with odd tales of hidden valleys, cryptic temple ruins, or a heightened sense of peace in remote enclaves. Anecdotal though they may be, these accounts feed the ongoing puzzle. If Shambhala is purely allegorical, why do so many distinct traditions place it in an actual geographic region? Let's move on to how modern conspiracies and New Age movements incorporate Shambhala into their narratives. Conspiracy theories and modern interpretations. Just like the law surrounding Aghata or the hollow earth theory, Shambhala has found its way into conspiracy circles. Some claim that secret societies and shadow governments have harnessed Shambhala's ancient wisdom or technology for clandestine purposes. Others see it as a dimensional gateway, tying in alien or ascended master narratives popular in certain New Age communities. For example, a few esoteric authors argue that Shambhala's energies are actively guiding humanity towards a spiritual evolution, allegedly influencing global events through invisible means. While such claims are difficult to verify, they illustrate how Shambhala remains a flexible symbol, one that can adapt to modern spiritual, pseudoscientific, or conspiratorial frameworks. Mainstream academics, of course, remain skeptical. They highlight that Shambhala's roots lie in religious teachings and that any real-world reference is either metaphorical or localized myth. Yet the allure of hidden truths lingers, fueled by partial evidence, cultural fascination, and a universal longing for the extraordinary. Next, let's discuss the famous prophecy of Shambhala, a cornerstone of these legends that has captured imaginations across generations. The Shambhala prophecy, hope in turbulent times. Central to Shambhala lore is the prophecy that, in an age of global crisis, often described as moral decay, war, and chaos, the 25th king of Shambhala, sometimes called Rudra Chakran or Kalki King, will emerge to lead virtuous forces against the darkness. According to these stories, a final battle or upheaval will pave the way for a golden age of spiritual rebirth. This prophecy resonates far beyond Tibet, echoing similar end times narratives in other traditions, such as the arrival of a messianic figure or savior. For those who believe in Shambhala's literal truth, it offers hope that an enlightened realm still stands, ready to intervene when humanity is most in need. For others, it's a powerful metaphor for the collective shift in consciousness that could transform society. In times of turmoil, the Shambhala prophecy provides comfort and purpose, encouraging adherents to cultivate compassion and inner discipline. Some interpret it politically, seeing it as an allegory for activism, suggesting that each person's moral actions contribute to Shambhala's emergence in the world. Finally, in our concluding segment, we'll reflect on how this blend of myth, spirituality, and possible reality has kept Shambhala's flame alive through the centuries, and what it might mean for us today. A timeless enigma. Across millennia, Shambhala has stirred hearts with its promise of enlightenment, spiritual community, and unshakable peace. Whether seen as a tangible kingdom in the Himalayan heights or a metaphor for our own inner potential, it continues to captivate seekers worldwide. Like Aghata and other hidden realms, Shambhala bridges the gap between myth and reality, inviting us to question what lies beyond our everyday perceptions. Perhaps the real power of these legends is their ability to awaken wonder, urging us to look deeper, both outwardly in remote landscapes and inwardly within our own consciousness. Ultimately, the question remains, is Shambhala an actual paradise waiting to be found, or a spiritual blueprint guiding us toward a more compassionate future? The answer may be as elusive as the rumored mountain pass that leads to its gates. What is certain, however, is that Shambhala's legend has shaped cultures and spiritual teachings, offering a beacon of hope in turbulent times. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the hidden kingdom of Shambhala. If you enjoyed exploring these myths and mysteries, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, keep seeking the unknown, and remember, sometimes the greatest mysteries lie within our own minds.